Question 7 is the first starred question on the test. That means we have to be really clear on our working, but I would urge you to do that anyway, because someone is marking your paper that doesn't know you. Treat them nicely and make sure it's easy to understand. Right, so we can go in and buy plants, and we want to know which is the best value for money. So here we go. So small with a heading, medium and large. I'm going to set out my work so it's really clear. Now you've got loads of options here. You either make the amount of plants you want to buy the same, or the amount of money you want to spend the same, but that, looking at those numbers, would be a nightmare. Or you can find out the price per one plant, or you could find out the price, how many plants you get for your pound. There's so many different options, so it's a nightmare to mark, so I'm just going to show you one. So what I'm actually going to do, looking at these numbers, they're all ending in a 0, so no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you how much one plant actually costs. So here we have 30 is £6.50. So I'm going to find out the price per one. So to do that, if I know what 30 costs, to find out what 1 is, I would simply divide it by 30. Now if you struggle with this bit, here's my advice. I'm just going to go down here for this. So if you knew 30 was, say, £90, I'm sure you would be able to say that it's 3. Or even if easier than that. So if you said, right, if I knew 3 plants was £12, I'm just making up numbers to see what I would do. To find out what 1 plant is, you should be able to see that one definitely is 4. And look at the maths that you're actually doing. So you reinvent questions with easier numbers to work out what you need to do. So it's dividing by 3. And therefore this one is dividing by 30. So £6.50 divided by 30 is 0.216 recurring pounds. It was just 21.6 recurring pence. I'm going to write that down there. Okay, so that's the one plant for the small. So for the medium, we've got 40 that equals £8.95. I want 1, so I'm going to this time divide by 40. So 8.95 divided by 40. And that is 0.22375. I'm going to write it all down at this moment in time, which is 22.375 pence. So we can already see that it's cheaper to buy the small, well, it's better value for money, not cheaper, to buy the small. And the large, we have 50, and that's £10.99. So this time, to find 1, I'm dividing by 50. So £10.99 divided by 50 equals 0.2198, which is 21.98 pence. Right, so let's just make sure we can see them all. So we're only interested in best value for money. So we have these 3 numbers. Which is the lowest number? You can see it is the small. So the small is the best value for money. So I'm going to write, therefore, the small is the best. Right, for the video I'm not going to write that, but is the best value for money. That's 4 marks. Just make sure it's really clear what you are doing. If you want it to be more, you could say cost of 30, cost of 1, cost of 40, cost of 1, but that should be enough.